Hello, I'm Barralet and welcome to this Earth Connections video. We're exploring the essential oil of cypress, a group of conifers that grow all around the world. They grow up to 30 meters high and have been reported to live over 1,000 years. Now they're really well known for that kind of conical shape, and that has made them a really popular garden plant. And they're also harvested for many reasons. One of these, of course, is for their essential oils, which often comes from the leaves and the stems, which are steam distilled. However, you can get cypress bark essential oil as well. Cypress essential oil helps you to make changes in your life and helps you to grow and evolve. It helps to remove and break up anything that's stagnant, and helps you to feel confident in making those changes, as well as identify which changes are best for you to make. Now, there's a beautiful myth about cypress, and you've all probably heard of the god Apollo. Now, he liked to hang out with this beautiful young prince whose name was Cypress. Now, Cypress has a beloved stag deer that he'd ride around on, and it was his best friend. Now, the three of them would go out to the woods and play, and they'd throw javelins around, because that's what you did before you had Xbox. One day, Cypress was about to throw his javelin, and he looked behind him to make sure Apollo was watching, and threw the javelin, not looking where he was throwing it, and pierced the heart of his beloved stag deer. Cypress couldn't stand to be on Earth any longer, being there without his beloved deer, so he begged the god Apollo, "Please, let me go into the underworld, let me die and be with my stag deer." But Apollo was so fond of Cypress, he didn't want to lose him either. So what he did is he turned him into the cypress tree, with the roots going deep into the underworld, but its shape pointing up towards the heavens. So cypress has long been associated with the grief and sorrow, but not so much the kind of the gloom of it, but more that kind of that strength that comes when dealing with grief, and also that remembrance as well. And that's why you'll find cypress trees in many European cemeteries and around any place of grieving. So today we're going to look at how cypress essential oil can support you at different times in your life when you really need to call on. Cypress supports the body whenever there's any kind of stagnation or congestion in the body. If you're challenged by poor circulation, edema, toxemia, fluid retention, coughs, or maybe congestion in the gallbladder or the liver, then mix some cypress essential oil with the carrier oil and gently massage it into that area of the body. It also can be really good for toning for the skin, so adding it to your skincare can help in that type of way. But not only is it good when there's a lack of movement, but if there's too much movement and too much fluid movement. So this could be things such as heavy menstrual cycle or a heavy period. It could be overperspiration, diarrhea, or again anything where the fluid's moving too much. So what you want to do, again, mix it with that carrier oil and rub it into that area, and it'll really help to support the body in that way. Cypress is the premier essential oil for helping to support you during grief. It really gives you that strength to endure this tough time. Now when you're going to a funeral, dab a couple of bits of cypress on your wrist and your pulse points to help give you that support. Or if you need to do something a little bit further, mix some with some carrier oil and rub it around on your chest 9 times and allow that grief to come out and those tears to flow. A really beautiful exercise that you can do with your cypress essential oil is get a small candle, maybe the colour that represents the person or the animal that you've lost. See that light before you, and just as you watch that candle flame flicker, breathe in that essential oil and really remember the light and the great things that they brought to you. And then when you're ready, blow that candle out, signifying that you're letting that person go. Now, it doesn't mean that you're forgetting about them or not dishonouring the impact they made in your life, but it's letting go of that attachment so that they can be free and you can be free to grow and continue in life. Now, you may need to do this several times and continue to have that cypress diffusing around you and inhaling that to offer you that support until you feel strong enough again. However, cypress isn't purely for grief. It helps you at any time of change. If you need strength to deal with a new job, moving house, new relationship, new city, anything like that, it'll really help. If you need to let go of old habits or anything like that, then call on cypress as well. It gives you the strength and the confidence to know that you can deal with any change, no matter what life throws at you. Use cypress as part of any house cleansing. After you've gone round with sage or palo santo or fregonia, eucalyptus or black pepper and removed all the unwanted energies out of the house, then go around again a second time with some cypress and visualize as you spritz it around, put it in a little spray bottle, some water, and spritz it around and visualize white light coming in, making a nice, happy, safe, loving space that you've just cleansed. You can also use it during healings and meditations, whether it be your own or you're supporting someone else. Spritzing that over again in some water can really help people to let go of any attachments or bad habits or any lingering energies that you just want to let go of. It's really good for those stubborn ones that either we're clinging onto or something is clinging onto us. Also use cypress when it comes to any rites of passage, anything when it's remembering those that have passed, putting it in rooms where people is to help someone pass over, anytime when we're acknowledging and understanding the circle of life. If you're contemplating what the circle of life means, what death and birth and all those different things are, then diffusing, putting it on your hands, inhaling it can really help to bring that knowledge. Cypress can really help with shamanic journeying, diving into the underworld. It can really help to ground you, as well as help with any kind of like concentration when you need to create or visualize something or manifest something in that way. Cypress essential oil really helps with the balancing of the throat chakra, our center of self-expression and communication. Now ideally, when this chakra is balanced, we communicate clearly. We can say exactly how we think and feel, as well as encouraging others to do the same in an equal, balanced manner. Now this chakra manages our respiratory system, and this is where we hold sadness. And so when we're dealing with grief or sadness, obviously cypress helps that, and it helps that flow backwards and forwards. So if you know that you're having challenges with finding balance in your throat chakra, then either anoint some on your throat chakra or rub some in your hands and breathe it in and visualize the soft, most beautiful blue sphere of light. Really breathe deeply and breathe in that air and allow yourself to breathe out anything that's being held in your lungs, whether it be physically or energetically. And this can be a really powerful way of supporting your throat chakra and finding balance in this energy center and for your respiratory system. Why not try mixing cypress essential oils with other oils to make some really powerful blends? It smells great with bergamot, basil, juniper berry, clary sage and lavender. Mixing it with either grapefruit or lime in a carrier oil or a massage oil can make a really invigorating massage blend. Or if you're dealing with grief, blending with hyacinth essential oil, another essential oil and flower that's based on another myth about death and Apollo, can be a really nice combination and can really help to heal when you're dealing with any kind of grief or loss. The other thing you can do is you can mix it with other throat chakra essential oils, so especially Roman chamomile or eucalyptus, and this will really help. You know, Roman chamomile helps to calm an overactive throat chakra, or eucalyptus helps to stimulate an underactive one, and cypress will help that flow and really support that in an even deeper manner. But of course, when it comes to blending essential oils, use your intuition, have fun and play with it and see what magical blends you can make today. If you want to make the most out of your essential oil, then I found what happens is if you bring in other energies that correspond with it, it'll really enhance what you're doing. Now I love working with crystals, and there's a couple that I reach for when I'm working with cypress, depending on exactly what I'm focusing on. Now if I'm dealing with grief or supporting someone else in dealing with grief, I use this crystal called an Apache tear. It's an extreme close-up. It's formed from little bits of lava that come flying out of volcanoes when it's erupting. Now, there's a beautiful myth that talks about there was a group of Apache Indians who were being chased by the US cavalry, and they got cornered on the edge of a cliff. Now, rather than be caught, they decided to jump off the cliff, all to their death. Now, the Apache women cried and cried and cried, and they cried for so long. They cried not only for their loss and their grief, but for all the losses and grief that would be suffered for all of humanity, for all mankind. And these tears form the Apache tears. So this beautiful crystal is really nice to hold when you're dealing with grief, and being a black crystal will actually absorb that grief and those unwanted feelings, and you can leave it outside in the earth to cleanse. Now if you're dealing a bit more with increasing flow, increasing change, allowing abundance and great new things to come into your life, there's a beautiful crystal called Larimar. And Larimar works really well. Again, it has that oceanic, you know, it kind of looks like the ocean, I think, or a turtle shell, sometimes people say. And it really helps with that allowing flow into your life, with not holding on, not resisting, and allowing great new things to come into your life. Animals can also teach us how to thrive and survive in this world, and the animal that I work with, Cypress, is the penguin. Now, if you think you're having a tough year, then check out that great documentary March of the Penguins, where you see the penguins facing a big Antarctic winter, balancing an egg on their feet. If they can endure that and deal with that, then you can deal with anything. So it really helps with that strength at times when you need that great strength within you. But also, can a penguin fly? No, not through the air, which is the intellectual realm, but through the water, the emotional realm. So penguin also teaches us how to swim through our emotions and to navigate and to help with emotional liberation. A great time of year to work with your cypress essential oil is Samhain, now known as Halloween. This is the time halfway between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice, and this is the time when it's said the veil between our world and the other worlds are at the thinnest, and so we can make contact with those that have passed. So cypress is great for acknowledging and remembering our ancestors and remembering what they taught us, both good and bad, and releasing that and releasing our loving memories of them as well. Astrologically, cypress works really well with Pluto, and thus it is associated with the star sign of Scorpio. It can really help Scorpios to not get too stuck in their determination and their power and their passion, and to actually use their great power that they possess into really beneficial things and making great things happen in their life and for all other people as well. Of course, you don't have to be a Scorpio to work with cypress. Anyone can, and they can utilize that great power, that understanding of the darkness and those things, those scary things that often we don't want to face, and turn them into opportunities and possibilities. I find the best day to work with your cypress essential oil is a Saturday. Now remember, when it comes to working with essential oils, not all essential oils are created the same. And if you really want to get the most powerful effects, look for a pure therapeutic grade one. I love working with essential oils and have benefited so much from them, and I'm looking for other people who would like to work with me. So please check out my website, and I'll leave the details right below with all the information on how we can work together to spread these amazing gifts of Mother Earth and bring healing to this planet again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Barralet. Blessed be.